Hello, everyone. I have a question for you. What do you do when you create a beautiful, amazing card and then you make one tiny little mistake? That's what we're going to talk about today. So I'm going to create a light up butterfly card. I'm showing you the dies and papers that I've chosen. And we're also going to use some vellum from Pear Blossom Press and twinkle lights. So I'm going to start with this hollow stock. I have the variety pack, but you can get each of these different patterns in a full pack. I will link the hollow stock in the description box below. My butterfly dies are from Stampin' Up! And they have been in my stash for a very long time. So I'm not sure if they're even available anywhere, but maybe you have something similar in your stash at home. So I would take a peek at all of your dies, see if you have a cool butterfly die. The light's going to be a little wonky on this video just because of that hollow stock, but look at it. It's absolutely gorgeous. So I'm starting with the outline die for my butterflies, and I'm going to go ahead and die cut them in a little line down the left side of my page. And once I have that done, I'm going to go ahead and there's the other butterflies that I made. Aren't they gorgeous? I can't wait to show you how this card turned out. It turned out beautiful. I'm going to be using an older 6x8 paper pad. This is from Simple Stories. It's the Simple Vintage Life in Bloom collection, but any kind of text print pattern paper and then a coordinating tone-on-tone pattern paper will work for this project. So I'm going to go ahead and start by adhering some vellum behind my hollow stock. And I'm going to put the batteries in my twinkle lights and adhere my twinkle lights to the back. So our layers right now are, we have the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of the hollow stock. We have a piece of Pear Blossom Press vellum, which is already cut to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, so I don't even need to do anything with that. And then we have the twinkle lights. I'm going to adhere the mechanism with the battery and the push light to what is your left side of the card panel. So as we're looking down here, I'm going to put it on the left side. But of course, remember, this is the back of the card. So when you flip it over, that button is actually going to be on the right side. The twinkle lights come with lots of long wires, so I'm just going to kind of curl them up so I can place the light part exactly where I want it to be on my card front. And I'm going to hold the wires in place with washi tape. And fair warning, it's going to look like a hot mess back here. 1000% hot mess. But that's okay because no one's going to see it. Once I have the wires into place, I am then going to go ahead and grab some foam tape. And I'm going to add foam tape up to the same level as the battery and the switch. Now, here's where I make my mistake. At some point during this process, I somehow managed to snip the wire of the third butterfly. I cannot be the only person who's ever done this. I'm sure you've done it. And here's the thing. Packs of lights, I understand that they're an investment. They are not inexpensive, right? But once you cut that wire, there's no coming back from it. So at some point during this process, I realized I snipped the wire, and we are going to have to just power through. Because you know what, guys? I am not wasting this card. I am not wasting this light. Okay, fine. We don't have 3 lights anymore. We only have 2. Pivot and make it work. It is not the end of the world. Definitely walk away. Maybe get a shot of bourbon if you need it. And then come back because we're going to fix our card. It's going to be gorgeous and fabulous, even if it only has 2 lights and not 3. So I have a couple ideas as to how we could fix this. I'm going to place the die cut butterflies into those open spaces for the first 2 butterflies. The third one, I am going to go ahead and put it in. It actually, at the end of the day, because of how I do the card, it ends up getting completely covered. But at this point, I'm not 100% sure exactly how I'm fixing it. So I thought, well, we'll put this butterfly in. I've already die cut it, and then we'll kind of go from there in my planning of how I'm going to put this card together. So initially, my sentiment was going to be on what is your right side of the screen, on the right side of the card. That was initially how it was going to be. And then the 3 butterflies down the left, all of them twinkling. But, now we have the wire that I accidentally snipped. So I went through my sentiment stamps and I found one that was a little bit larger sized. This is from a really old Pinkford Studio stamp set, and it just has a beautiful sentiment. So that was the one that I decided to choose. Plus, it's pretty big. So the sentiment says, "Everybody needs a friend. Thank you for being mine." And isn't that a fabulous sentiment to put on this type of card that's like extra special and light ups and all that stuff? So I'm taking some Brutus Monroe Detail black ink. I'm stamping it a bunch of times in my MISTI to get a really crisp, clean impression. This is just one more of those pattern papers that has the text script on it from the 6x8 paper pad from Simple Stories. I trimmed out my sentiments. I'm going to put a little banner or ribbon cut at one end of it. You can see there. Okay. And this is where I'm like, wait, this sentiment is nice and big and it is going to span right over that bottom butterfly. We can just cover that bottom butterfly up. We can pretend the bottom butterfly never even happened. I decided that I wanted a pink tone-on-tone sort of pop of color just around the edge of my sentiment. So I just went through the pattern, that 6x paper pad, grabbed a floral paper that I thought would work perfectly and put a little pattern around my sentiment. And now I'm going to go ahead and adhere that now larger than anticipated sentiment right over the 3rd butterfly. So I really didn't need to inlay the butterfly. I know, but we were pivoting. I was literally problem solving on the fly. Ta-da! I'm going to go ahead and add some little crystals because was there ever a card that didn't need extra crystals? I don't think so. These are just flat back crystals from Brutus Monroe, and I am going to go ahead and use a little wax tipped tool to get the crystals right into place. And our card is beautiful. It's fabulous. You would never know that underneath that sentiment is a 3rd butterfly with his wire cut. I hope you've enjoyed this card project. I hope that you will, I hope you never clip your wires. But if you do, here's how to fix it. Talk to you again later. Bye.